Hey there guys, Jake here. Today I am so excited to be reviewing one of my most highly anticipated films of the year, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit.
We're visiting our grandparents for the first time.
I miss you guys.
We're having a great time.
Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best that you two shouldn't come out of your room.
9:30? We think there's someone outside the door.
There's something wrong with Nana and Papa.
You both seem to be acting funny. Let's make it a perfect family night.
The Visit, rated PG-13.
And M. Night Shyamalan is the reason why this is my most highly anticipated film of the year, because if you don't follow directors, basically M. Night Shyamalan was hailed as the next Spielberg at the beginning of his career. He created 4 really good movies in my opinion: The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Science, and The Village, which some consider not good, but the majority of people like it. It was just a really misunderstood film. But then he shied away from what he knows, and he decided to go after big blockbuster films. He made The Happening, Lady in the Water, After Earth, The Last Airbender, which are truly cinematic atrocities to every single extent. And the guy just was making really bad movies. So where does this movie fall? I think it falls towards the beginning of his career, his considered good movies, because I really had a lot of fun with The Visit, and I will tell you why right now. So The Visit, the plot goes as follows. You have 2 grandchildren who are really excited because they're going to meet their grandparents for the first time ever. They've never seen them. They don't know what they look like or anything of that sort. Their mother ended on bad terms, so she's really hesitant about letting them go visit them, but she agrees and she goes on a cruise of her own. They Skype a few times, but when they get there, their grandparents are not at all what they seem. So this film is listed as a horror comedy, and you should go into this movie expecting that, because that is exactly what it is. This movie has some truly comedic scenes, especially with the grandson in this film. He is a hilarious actor in this movie. Does a great job at not only making the audience laugh, but he has some great dramatic scenes as well. So does the granddaughter. She is awesome in this movie as well. The grandparents do a great job. Catherine Hahn, who plays their mother, she does a great job in this movie for the limited screen time she has. But I think it is a really well-rounded and acted cast. They did a great job. Everybody did a great job in their own right, which made this movie a lot better. I don't know what it is about director M. Night Shyamalan, but he knows how to find good kid actors, because the grandson in this movie, like I said, for me, he stole the show. The kid is really funny, but he has some great dramatic moments as well. The moments where he's supposed to act scared, I believe that he was truly scared. He's an aspiring rapper, which provided some of the funniest scenes I've seen all year. This kid just, at random times, just spits out bars, and he's actually pretty good at it too. The granddaughter, she's an aspiring documentarian, which makes this movie a found footage film, and I think that the found footage aspect really serves the plot well in this film, which is another thing that I really liked about it, because sometimes in films like The Gallows, it has no reason to be found footage. This film, on the other hand, had a good reason, and I feel like the found footage aspect really worked well with this movie. One thing I gotta give credit to M. Night Shyamalan for is balancing out 2 conflicting tones. You have horror and comedy, which don't always mix well, but he does a good job in this film of really balancing those out and making sure that they don't topple over each other. Now, one thing I want to address is the plot twist in this movie. If you've seen earlier M. Night Shyamalan films, like I said, like The Sixth Sense, like Unbreakable, you would know that he has a knack for putting in a plot twist at the end of the movie that completely throws you for a loop, completely messes with your head, and makes you want to rewatch the movie so you can kind of point out things. But in this movie, he does have a plot twist. I'm going to point that out. It's not a spoiler. Somebody recently said that me telling that somebody that there's a plot twist is a spoiler, which I don't think it is at all. Me telling you that there's a plot twist doesn't really spoil anything. It just means that I'm just trying to tell you that there is something in this film that kind of throws you for a loop. For me, I thought it was a really great plot twist. There is a plot twist in M. Night Shyamalan's one film, The Village, which is a really bad plot twist. I really didn't like that. There's actually 2 plot twists in The Village, but the first one I hated. The second one I tolerated, but I think that the plot twist in this film works really well with this movie. And honestly, when I heard what the plot twist was in this movie and it was revealed to me, I actually got really scared and disturbed by it. It was a really disturbing plot twist, and I think it really added a lot to this movie and makes me want to go rewatch it so I can see if I can point some stuff out and catch things that I missed before. I had a great time with this movie. I am so glad and so excited to see what M. Night Shyamalan is going to do next. He's already signed on for another film with Blumhouse Productions, which is the production company that made this movie, also movies like Insidious, and and some other horror flicks that they do, but it is a horror film kind of production company, so I think he's going to be making another horror film, which gets me really excited because I'm so glad to see what he does next. Today, if you want to hear more from me, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video. Check out some of my other ones. I will put a link in the description down below for my previous video where I reviewed 3 films by M. Night Shyamalan: The Village, Unbreakable, and The Sixth Sense, so check that out. It is a little bit of a longer video, but I crammed 3 movies into one video, so check that out. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about this video, what you think about this movie down in the section down below. Have fun with that. That is all I'm going to say today, and I'm out.